We're in the countryside of Russia, near Glazov, 10 kilometers away, and 700 kilometers east from Moscow. This is what a gardening plot looks like, and also a cabin. So, let's get inside. Back in the day, people used to rely on vegetables and fruits that they grew in their garden, but here it's just for pleasure, but also it can just be a budget, kind of like a budget for berries and vegetables, so you wouldn't be spending that much money on it at the store. So also here there's a pool, and we have swing, and also a sandbox that my sister plays in, and there's a fountain. So we're at the gardening plot right now, and this is just some typical fern, and there are just some flowers growing here, but then beyond this there are a lot of vegetables. Okay, so these are black currants. If you raise it, then you'll see that there's a lot of them. And also my sister, she's picking some black currant. It tastes really good right now. And then here we have potatoes. These rows are potatoes. Okay, so we just completed that row for potatoes. So now we're gonna start on this one. I believe that there should be more potatoes here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna dig this out by pulling on this. And
not too far. You dug too far.
yeah, I may have dug too far, but we found a huge potato right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a baked potato with this potato, I think. I believe this is big enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, baked potatoes are probably, just as I said, one of my favorite foods, if not my favorite. So, that was only 2 potatoes. We have a potato right here, but
That is potato that was planted.
yeah,
The mother potato.
yes, the mother potato.
Oops!
Oh, got one stuck to it, to this fork. So I'm just gonna put that in there. More! Actually, this time under the original potatoes, or the first potatoes that we see, we actually found some more potatoes. So these potatoes actually seem to be bigger, and I actually see another potato right here. Alright, so here we have green gooseberries, and we have the normal gooseberries. There's a spider web right here, just get rid of that. And so they're pretty good. This one is pretty soft. So then you just take this part off, and then you eat it. It's really good. It is sour though, a little sour. And then I'll find a good one, a good gooseberry here. A lot of them have already been picked, so I'll just get this one for instance. This one's really good. Then in the background there's apples. They're not going to be fully grown until September. You won't guess what plant this is. I don't think many of you guessed it, but it's horseradish. I don't really like the plant myself. I really don't like how it smells, especially the condiment, which is made out of the root of the horseradish, but congratulations if you actually guessed it. Here is some parsley and red onion, but one of my favorite things here is the mint. This is spearmint, and it's actually it's pretty strong mint. There's also more mint over there by the apple trees. But this one is about, I'd say, probably 3 or 4 times stronger. It's basically better than gum, and it refreshes your mouth. Then down here, we already saw some black currant, but here we have some red currant. Almost the same. I love all of the currants, the black currant, the white currant, the red currant. But most of all, I would say I like the white currant. The strawberries right now are out of the season, so not a lot here. Fully grown, but tastes really good still. So on the left, as we're passing through this plot, we have zucchinis, and also we have beets here. And here are the beets that I just talked about. So right now, we're not going to pick any. There's a whole entire row of carrots here. Not going to pick any right now too. So here's just a plot where you can just run around. Right now.
Nice. Nice. Fresh carrots. Now we can wash them and eat. По отдельности. Вот ботву отделяй. Отделяй ботву и вот сюда кидай.
So this is the plot where there are just a bunch of pretty flowers, and we have a mint growing right here. Just a small leaf of mint. Just as I said, it's not as strong as the spearmint, but it's pretty good still. I don't know the name of the berries in English, but these berries do taste pretty good. They basically taste like some beets, but it would basically have sweetening in it, so it's basically just sweet beets. The berry is pretty juicy, so I get a little dirty while I'm eating it, but it's delicious still. So we just came across a ton of red currants right here, so this bush is a little bit prickly, but that's not anything bad. It's a little sour, but it's still really good. Now Isa's gonna get some red currant. Ягоды. We're in the greenhouse right now, and there are a lot of vegetables growing here. Some of them aren't ripe yet. Actually, not some, but a lot of them aren't ripe yet. So we have the tomatoes here in this part of the greenhouse. Some of them are ripe. Like this one, I guess, would be ripe. So if we could just wipe it with our shirt, and then once you wipe it, then you can eat it, and it tastes great. So now we're on the second part. we have some peppers. And right now I'm finishing that tomato, but we have some peppers along the sides here. So now we even have more tomatoes, but they're a little bit different. Some of them are a little bit different than the other ones. Like the one that I'm eating right now is a cherry tomato. And other than tomatoes, we also have cucumbers here. We have cucumbers on this side, tomatoes on this side. That's pretty much all of the greenhouse. Now that you've seen every plant growing here, we'll show you the house here, basically the cabin where you would sleep. And people don't really live in this place. You could call it a village, but not really, because people don't live here. They just go here for pleasure and they plant plants. So they stay here usually over a couple of nights, and then maybe after a week or so, they would come back here and they would pick more of their plants or just look at. This is kvass. This is a drink that I really like, and it's basically a fermented barley drink. It smells, it smells like fermented barley, so let's try it. It tastes pretty good. Tastes a little sweet. It tastes like bread, and it tastes like a really good, rich, sweet bread. And it's basically bread, and it's sweet, what I just said, and put it into a liquid. And you can see there's bits of bread inside of here. This is probably one of the best drinks of kvass that I've ever had. And it's homemade. We're going into the underground right now. Vegetables are stored here in the winter. That is because year long, this room is always the same temperature, so. Okay, we are entering one of the rooms in the cabin. We have an oven and a stove here, so you can just cook. And then there's actually an old version of the iron, so what you would do here, you would open this up, and then you would put some hot coal, some burning coal, and then you would just iron the clothing to straighten it out. And it's actually pretty heavy. Definitely a lot heavier than the modern iron. So here we have the couches, and also there's a TV right there. And there's actually, you can see that there's actually a lot of ladybugs here. There's ladybug here, 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 here. And there's just the pots and pans here. Here we're going to the top. So just climb up these stairs. Actually, I would call it a ladder. And then we have, basically you could call it an attic, but I don't know. It's where all the plants are here.